What is up, nerds? So, I guess I'm making a map this weekend. I'm going to hop into TF2 here and show you guys the little test build that I have been working on. Okay. So, this is the motto of the stream this weekend.
Let's waste them.
I'm not going to be doing 72 hours straight, but I'm going to try my hardest to get as close to that as I can. I broke 52 hours with Payload crash the last time I tried doing it, and I'm going to try to break that record. That is my goal. So this is a little setup that I have going on. If you guys haven't seen, I'm going to be splitting the payload cart for reasons that I'm about to explain. So I'm making a 3-stage payload race map, and the biggest issue a lot of people have with 3-stage payload race is that the first 2 stages don't actually mean much. You get that little boost at the start, and it doesn't really change anything after that. And I wanted to fix that, so I'm going to be introducing hazards to the end of it. And what's going to happen is the first stage you're going to be fighting for who has a open pit defending their final capture point, and in the second stage you're going to be fighting for who has a saw defending it right over the top of the cart. And this is the rough idea that I had for the saw. And I got some custom models made up and some custom particles and all sorts of fun stuff made up for this. So what's going to happen is the rollback zone for the final point is going to be right in front of the cart here, and it's going to be going down and stopping right on the saw. So as you're trying to capture, this saw is going to be in the way. And I got some nice custom bloody chunks for it. And as things get a little bit closer, in, say, a double overtime sort of situation, things are going to get a little bit more intense. And this is the custom sparks that are going to be coming off of it as the cart rolls up to it. And then it's going to get lower. The sparks get a little bit more intense. Then it gets lower, and the sparks get even more intense, and it becomes even more of a hazard as you're trying to push it. But if the other team wins and you're in this stage, the saw goes all the way down. And that'll be the end of the round. And I'm very excited about cutting a saw in half, or cutting a cart in half. So let's show you some of the custom particles I have made up. At the end, on the winner side, the bomb is going to be dropping into a pit, and it's going to be like a refinery pipeline going out into the distance into the skybox. And when the bomb falls in, it's going to set off a chain of explosions that travel up the pipeline and out into the skybox itself. This is some of the explosions that are going to happen on the field itself. There's like a little bit of steam burst and then the fire, and then there's some that are just the fire. And then probably not going to use this one. But I am going to use this one for the explosion on the cart itself. So that's when the cart drops into the pit. And then these ones are going to travel off into the distance, traveling up the pipeline. It's going to be a big chain of explosions. And then same with these ones, leading up to exploding the whole thing with this one. And there's going to be a refinery base on each side that the teams are trying to blow up, and they're basically fighting for resources, oil, probably going to put some gold on it. I'm going to be using the desert theme, probably Gold Rush, Badlands sort of style. I am not entirely sure yet, but we're going to just dive into it once things get started here, and I'm going to see how I do. I can link you guys my design doc, and that kind of runs through everything and some of my design goals that I have in mind. This is going to be a big challenge because Payload race is already very entity heavy, and there's a hard limit that I will start crashing the map if I go over. So introducing all this crazy stuff on top of it is not going to make anything, you know, easier for me. So in the bottom of that, you'll kind of see some of my entity count lowering methods. I'm going to be using templates, which reduce the entity count by a lot until they're needed. It's basically they don't exist on the map until they're called on. I'm going to try to keep my cart path simple, not a whole lot of curves, not a whole lot of dips, pretty straight lines when I can get away with it. I'm going to try to keep spotlights to a minimum on the map, just because they add to the entity count, and it's going to be a day map, so I think I can get away with not using many of them. I'm going to try to share health and ammo packs whenever possible, so there's like going to be the middle line where everything's mirrored, and down the center of it is where the health packs can be shared, and that way I'm not doubling up on them on each side of it. And I'm going to try to kill off anything that I'm not using anymore, so in anything that's in the first stage, I'm going to kill off in the second stage, any entities, because I'm not going to be needing them anymore. And I'm also going to be trying to keep any of the logic I do as simple as possible, which I'm hoping is going to be the case, but these things got pretty complicated pretty fast. And then it has to be doubled up because there's one for each team, plus the grinder hazards and everything else. So it's going to be a little complicated, and it's going to be a pretty big challenge. So we'll see how I do. And the cart shouldn't explode, because if you look at atomic bombs, which this is based off of the oh god, what's it called? Something boy. I'm drawing a blank now. It's based off of an actual atomic bomb, and the inside that I cut, I also based it off of that, where it's got the layers like this. And how that one works is that there's an explosion on the outside of the ring that goes in and compresses it, and then that explodes. And I'm pretty sure I'm on some kind of list now for, for researching all this and looking up cross sections of atomic bombs, but you know, you got to do. So if it got cut in half, it actually wouldn't explode. The demo coffee picture was one that was made by Yggdrasil, I believe that's pronounced. Which I actually have that up for download. All of these models, the split cart, the sparks, and the custom signs, they're all available for.
Motherfucker! I don't know what to say. So your scout looks very beautiful.
Donation, thank you. I missed who did that though. Okay, I got distracted with the donation. Blowing my mind that I'm getting donations already. If you guys want any of these for your maps, I linked the sparks, and I will link the split in half payload cart in there as well. And those are all available for you guys to download and put on your maps and do whatever the hell you want with. They're going to be some fun little toys, I think, for the future. I'm kind of nervous. I honestly, I'm not as planned ahead. As much as it sounds like I'm probably planned ahead, I'm not nearly as planned ahead as I normally do for a 72-hour contest. I usually prep quite a bit with my layouts and stuff, and I kind of focused on the gimmicks and the goofiness, because that's what I like to do. That's the fun part. But I don't actually have much of a layout. I got stage 3 planned out first, so I think I'm going to go for stage 3 right away and build it in reverse order. And then I kind of have a rough sketch that I'm not even seeing on my desk. I lost it, apparently. I have a rough sketch somewhere around here of stage 2. And stage 1 is the roughest, that I don't really have much drawn up yet at all. So, yeah. I'm going to be making up a whole lot of this on the fly, pulling a map design basically out of my ass. That is a lot of people. What's up, people? Is everything sounding fine? Because once I get going, it's gonna be crazy. Oh no! Everything started. 72-hour hype. New VMF. I wasn't prepared. Okay, so I'm going to do my best, guys, to pay attention to you, but I really have to focus now because I am starting some very, very stupid things here. And I got some rough scaling in mind that I want to do. Let me make that dev textures here. Okay, and my idea to speed up the process is I'm going to try to lay out a big chunk of the track and build around it and work my way to the other side, and then mirror that and then fix things up as I break them, basically. And we'll see how close I get on the first try. My scaling's probably going to be pretty off, but I'm going to do my best to not suck.
Choo-choo, motherfucker!
Donation! That does not sound appropriate. I expected this. Oh God. It's going on for so long. Oh, that's gonna be so distracting. I gotta focus. I can't even find the piece I need. It never ends.
Choo-choo, motherfucker!
Woot woot.
Woot woot! Holy crap, Mr. Stevie Man, 20 bucks. I did not actually see what the hell the X1 was there. Oh, I'm already distracted. Dear God, that was hilarious.
Choo-choo, motherfucker!
Oh no! You bastard! Oh. Oh no! I gotta make a map, guys. I gotta make maps. What are you doing to me? Oh no! Oh, you evil bastards. Okay. Oh no, it's still going.
Choo-choo, motherfucker!
Well, how's this for a donation? Oh well.
Oh, it's off center. I see what's happening. Rug Tugba, you rutabaga bastard with your E's. Thanks for the donation.
Choo-choo, motherfucker!
Oh God. Oh, stop giving me money. I need to focus. Okay. Okay. But it sounds like you can interrupt each other.
Choo-choo, motherfucker!
Oh my God.
No more sex, y'all getting too horny.
Thanks, Keyhool. And everybody else who donated. Rug Tug about 30 bucks. Holy crap, I did not see that. Huge thanks, guys. I'm gonna have to get caught up on the donation list over $5 here once I get going a little bit further.
Motherfucker!
Oh my God. More X's. I can't see who does do those though. Mr. Stevie Man, $1 with more X's. Okay.
Choo-choo, motherfucker!
Oh my god. Okay. So I'm making a map. Oh my god, guys. I've like lost track of what's even happening here. It doesn't stop ever. Oh, you evil, evil bastards. I love you. Oh, okay. Breather. I might have to raise the limit of that. Okay, so we're making a map, and I'm going to try to make it not too pipeliney, but I have a neat idea here to change that up a little bit. But getting the scale and the distance is going to be the hard part. Okay, we're actually going to save this file now. So it is official, payload race split. A1 has a VMF file I just saved once. But when I go to the earlier stages, oh my god, more donations. Oh wait, no, that wasn't a donation. That was just a follow. Thank you for following. I'm like, I've got PTSD or something now with these notifications. I'm just waiting for the X's to come in.